Thank you for coming today. Seeing how it is so late in the day, I want to assure you this was the earliest possible time for us to provide you with the necessary details. We have relieved from duty 2 members and assigned 2 administrative duties to others, following an arrest where a member of the public sustained serious injuries. During the incident, which occurred around 8:45 p.m. on Saturday, July 30th, 2016, several officers based out of District 6 were involved in the arrest of a man around the 6700 block of Macleod Trail South. The incident began when an officer followed a car into a parking lot and activated the lights to indicate a traffic stop. The driver of the vehicle stopped the car, got out, and then ran from the officers. A foot chase ensued, and several other officers arrived in the area and began to search for the suspect. The man was located a short distance away and was taken into custody. However, as a result of several serious injuries sustained during the arrest, we notified the Alberta Director of Law Enforcement. As part of the service follow-up to the incident, in-car camera from one of the police cruisers was reviewed and concerns were raised over the conduct of the officers involved in the arrest. As a result, the investigation into the event has been taken over by the Alberta Serious Incident Response Team. No charges have been laid at this time. The status of the 2 members who have been relieved from duty with pay will be reviewed in 7 days. We take any allegations of wrongdoing involving our members extremely seriously. We recognize the public demands a high standard of professionalism, which shows in our service having a high citizen satisfaction rating. However, we also recognize that public confidence can be eroded over time if we don't continue to be open, transparent, and provide highly valuable service to the community. In the interest of transparency, we are advising the public of this investigation. As you can appreciate, as this investigation is now underway by ACERT, I am limited in what I can say. I will, however, answer as many questions as I can.
Was there any civilian video of this, or was it just police from the vehicle?
I'm not aware of any civilian video, but I can tell you that ACERT would be interested in that video if there was any video available.
And whereabouts exactly, what building did this happen in, or were they at a building, or was a building involved in it, like a bar or anything like that?
I believe the location would be in the southeast corner of the 6700 block of Macleod Trail, by Glenmore Trail, sir.
Will CPS be releasing video at this time or any point in the future?
At this point in time, as you can appreciate, this is an ongoing investigation, and that video would be integral to the investigation, and that would be a decision by ACERT.
Deputy Chief, can you tell us how many officers actually responded to that call? Because, I mean, there's 4 sort of facing disciplinary action right now. Was there a total of 8 or 12 officers there?
As with
an idea of the numbers involved.
Right. Several officers responded to that call. As you can appreciate, some of the officers will be witness officers, and others, the 4 are subject officers. There was several officers that responded to that call.
But several can be from 3 all the way up to 20. Can you just give us, was it like more than a dozen, less than a dozen?
I would say less than a dozen, sir.
Can you give us how many cars were scrambled to that call to investigate?
I don't have that information.
How about the injuries suffered by the victim here? What were the injuries that he suffered?
Those injuries are serious and are clearly within scope of the 46.1 protocols under the Police Act. As it relates to personal health information, all I can say is unequivocally they are serious injuries to this individual.
Was he hospitalized from this?
Again, that relates to personal health information. I won't confirm that at this time.
What sparked investigators to go through the on-camera footage?
As with any 46.1 protocol, those incidents are reviewed. As a result of that review, in-car digital video was obtained. As a result of concerns on that video, we re-notified the Director of Law Enforcement, and ACERT was committed to primary on the file.
What is the possible action for those 2 officers that you say will be reviewed within 1 week as far as their actions are concerned? What could come out of that 1 week review?
Depending on the status of the investigation. Again, at this point in time, these are allegations. And as the investigation continues, the Chief of Police has the ability to review the status of the officers involved.
You mentioned transparency, how important it is for the force. I'm just curious, this happened back on July 30th. It's almost been a month. Maybe people are wondering why it took almost 30 days to get to this point.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I can tell you unequivocally, at the first instance that we were aware of the in-car digital video and it was reviewed, within an hour of that, we made notification to ACERT.
Did that take a week or two before you knew about that video?
I believe it took several weeks before we were aware that the video existed.
With other incidents that's happened in recent months, even weeks across North America, and now people see this here in Calgary with public interactions with the public and the police, I guess, in terms of how this looks on the police force, I mean, what's your message to the public in this?
My message to the public would be that we absolutely understand the importance of trust and confidence within a police service. The overall effectiveness of what we do as a service to this community is grounded and based in the trust and confidence of the community. It's absolutely required.
Did the victim of this make a complaint to the police department, or was this just from the video you saw?
What I can tell you, sir, is that as a result of the concerns that we had on the video, the Calgary Police Service made the notification to the Director of Law Enforcement.
And is the victim facing any charges?
Again, at this point in time, we are in consultation with the Crown in relation to the status of those charges.
Is there any significance to the fact that these officers have been relieved of duty before the investigation's completed?
I think
Standard protocol?
I wouldn't say it's standard protocol. It's like every incident is assessed on its own merit. And based upon this incident and the allegations, we felt it was prudent to relieve 2 members from duty at this time.
I was dealing with a little bit of technical issues at the beginning, but did you at all mention what exactly happened in the altercation between the officers and the person?
I did not. As you can imagine, that would be very, very specific to the review of the investigation and would be fundamental to the facts and issue. So I'm not able to describe any of that at this time.
When can we get an update on this investigation? 1 week from now, we'll get another update on what's happening with this investigation, or is it now in the hands of ACERT?
As this matter is within primary jurisdiction of ACERT, you'd be best to make inquiries with ACERT.